Once upon a time, Oluchi met a young lady about her age named Amaka. The two girls instantly became friends. The young prince named Chike took an interest in Oluchi and came to ask for her hand in marriage. See, Amaka also had a boyfriend named Ekele, who had promised to marry her as well. One afternoon, Amaka paid Ekele an unexpected visit at his house and was shocked to find him in bed with another girl. In a burst of anger, Amaka threw the engagement ring Ekele had given to her a few weeks earlier down on the floor. She told him that it was over between them and stormed out of his house, utterly heartbroken. The next day, Oluchi was shocked when Amaka told her about her new plans. "I think I overreacted, Oluchi," Amaka admitted. With that, she asked Oluchi to accompany her to Ekele's house to apologize to him and take back the engagement ring she had thrown away in anger. Oluchi was not at all in support of the idea of Amaka going back to the same man who had cheated on her out of the blue without any signs of genuine remorse. The plan was that Oluchi would go in first to speak to Ekele on Amaka's behalf. Once she was able to convince Ekele and get him to agree to take her back, then Amaka would come in. Young ladies set out together towards Ekele's house to put this plan to action. Once they arrived, Oluchi went inside alone, while Amaka waited under a tree beside the house as they had planned beforehand. Oluchi greeted him politely and told him that she had come to talk to him about Amaka and the situation between them. Unknown to Oluchi, inside the kitchen, Ekele opened a small pouch and added a mysterious powdery substance inside an empty cup before pouring some of the palm wine into that same cup. Ekele returned and handed the cup of palm wine over to Oluchi. She thanked him and took a sip of the tainted drink. And that was the last thing Oluchi could remember. Ekele slept with her and forcefully stripped her of her precious virginity. Just as Oluchi was trying to make sense of this horrifying situation, Amaka came begging into the house. After growing impatient for waiting too long outside. "You evil man, you forced yourself on me and took my virginity, all my pride and purity," Oluchi cried, Amaka's face contorted with rage. "You lying, deceitful snake. I knew you were flirty, but I never imagined you would stoop this low. Our friendship is over, you disgraceful harlot. What use is a girl who is no longer a virgin?" Oluchi thought about the prince. Would he still want to marry her if this got out? The next day, Oluchi decided to visit Amaka to at least explain what really happened to her. As soon as Amaka saw Oluchi coming towards her house, she quickly chased her away. "How dare you show your face here, you little harlot?" Amaka continued thinking about the perfect way to deal with Oluchi. In tears, Amaka told her father how the person she considered her best friend had betrayed her by taking away her future husband. "Father, I want you to make that harlot a public toilet for all the men in the village. Now take this calabash and call her name into it 3 times, and your wish will be granted, my daughter. In 3 days, she will become even worse than a harlot, running after all the men in the village." Towards midnight, it started raining. Oluchi woke up from her sleep and suddenly felt as if something had dropped on her body. She left her room and went into the prince's room. "I am good," she said, shaken. The prince held her in a warm embrace, hoping it would somehow keep her warm, so he slept with her. However, it didn't end there, as Oluchi kept asking for more and more until dawn. By daybreak, the prince was exhausted and tired, but Oluchi was still ready to go on. "What manner of a lady is this?" the prince asked. The frustrated prince took Oluchi out of the palace without saying a word to the king and queen. He took her straight back to her father's house and told them that the wedding was off and left. When her parents asked Oluchi what went wrong at the palace, she lied to them that the prince was angry because she refused to allow him to touch her. The strange voice in her head started again. "Oluchi, you need a man now. it thundered. Just then, she sighted someone coming from the other side of the road. Oluchi had hugged him tightly. Kalu quickly seized the opportunity, took her to a nearby bush and slept with her. But Oluchi was not satisfied. She kept on demanding for more until Kalu ran for his dear life. And so she continued, moving from one man to another, begging them to sleep with her. But no one could satisfy her. One fateful night, Oluchi woke up with a strange itch again. She needed a man as soon as possible. But it was late into the night. The only man nearby was her father. The itch became so intense that Oluchi quietly sneaked into her father's room with tears in her eyes, begging him to sleep with her. "You foul spirit, in the name above every other name, I command you to come out of her." Nduka started praying fervently. Nena woke up and joined them, and they all prayed till daybreak. They continued praying until the evil spirit that Amaka's father had sent to Oluchi's body left, and she was delivered to the glory of God. During her final year, Oluchi met a young man named Afam. They fell in love, and he soon asked her for her hand in marriage. After graduation, Oluchi and Afam got married, and she moved to the big city to live with her husband. However, Oluchi and Afa constantly visited Obu to see her parents. On one of their visits, Oluchi saw a mad young woman begging for alms on the road. When she stopped to give her something, she instantly recognized who it was: Amaka.